In order to find out the rest of Billie Jean King's life events to put on her timeline, we're going to read this book called I Am Billie Jean King. I Am Billie Jean King. Fair play. It's such a simple idea. In sports and in life, it means you respect the rules and treat everyone equally. But sometimes people don't want to play fair, and other times they don't even want to let you play. But that never stopped me. I loved all sports. Football, basketball, baseball. I was small and quick. Get her! You get her! She's too fast! That's not very ladylike. Maybe she should take up sewing. I don't think she's meant for sewing. You show 'em what, Billie Jean? When I was little, people called me a tomboy, which is a word I still don't like. Girls can enjoy sports just as much as boys. Today, many dads encourage their daughters to play sports, but back when I was growing up, mine was one of the first. Most important, he played equally with both me and my brother. Equal time, equal respect. Never underestimate your opponent, you understand? Got it. Never underestimate your opponent. Check. Our dad was a really good athlete. In college, he used to play against Jackie Robinson. I was so good at baseball, my dream was to be a professional player. But when I went to my first real baseball game, I noticed something. What's wrong, Billie Jean? There are no girls on the team, only boys. It didn't seem fair. I'd have to find another sport. Fortunately, in 5th grade, a friend asked me a question that changed my life. Do you want to play tennis? What's tennis? A game where you run, jump, and hit a ball. Those are 3 of my most favorite things. Sure, I'll try it. My first time on the court, I had no idea what I was doing. Back then, tennis was a game played mostly by wealthy people at fancy country clubs. That wasn't my family. My mother sewed my white shorts, my racket was borrowed. Did I miss a few shots? Sure, no one is instantly an expert. Being a great tennis player takes work. So we just saw something really important that happened to Billie Jean. She started playing tennis. So I'm going to take that event and I'm going to put it right here after she was born. Let's keep reading. A few weeks later, I heard about a coach named Clyde Walker who often gave free coaching on public courts. Often, the right teacher can change your life. Anyone know the first lesson? Hit it hard. Swing through. Nope, close the gate. Close the gate so the balls don't roll away. Coach Clyde taught me how to hold the racket. He made tennis fun. And that first afternoon, I was hooked. I had found the sport I loved. When my mom came to pick me up, I told her, I know what I want to do with my life. I'm going to be the #1 tennis player in the world. That's fine, dear. Now, I just needed the right equipment. To save money for a tennis racket, I did odd jobs around the neighborhood, like taking out people's trash and weeding their gardens. Eventually, I saved $8.29 in a mason jar. That's almost $75 today. Enough for my racket in my favorite color, purple. As a city employee, Coach Clyde traveled to a different park every day. My mom drove me for hours to get his free coaching all across Long Beach, California. Wait, you're that girl from yesterday at the other park. That's me. The only way to get good is to play every day. So what are we working on today? Mom didn't drive me because she thought I'd be rich. Back then, playing tennis didn't pay much money, especially if you were a woman. She drove me so I could do what I loved. Not everyone cheered me on. At one tournament, they wouldn't let me be in the group photo. By the time I was 12 years old, at the fancy LA tennis club, I noticed something else. Everyone wore white. Everyone was white. I wanted things to change. Tennis shouldn't just be a sport for rich white people. It should be a sport everyone can enjoy. I need to make tennis more equal. If I become the #1 player in the world, people will listen. Every day I worked with Coach Clyde. I also worked at home. My brother would practice pitching baseballs, and I'd make sure my tennis serves didn't knock over any lamps. At 15, I had to write an essay about my future. I predict that I will make it to Wimbledon by the age 18, where I will lose to the #1 female player. At 16, I started being coached by Alice Marble, a former #1 tennis player who won 18 Grand Slam championships, which are the biggest events of all. She convinced me I could win and made me realize how many strong women in sports had come before me. I was part of something bigger than just myself. Billie Jean's new coach was something that was very important in her life because it helped inspire her. So, I'm going to put that on her timeline right here. So first, it says she was born. Second, she started tennis. And third, she got a new coach. Let's keep reading. With Coach Alice, I went from number 19 in the country to number 4. By age 17, I made it all the way to Wimbledon. We won the women's doubles title, which is when you play tennis with a partner. We were the youngest team to ever do it. The next big thing that we're putting on the timeline is that Billie Jean went to Wimbledon. This was very important for her because it was a very big tennis event. So we're going to put that right here after she got a new coach. We couldn't afford to go to the big Wimbledon celebration ball, but we enjoyed the victory. As I started college, I was ranked number 3 in the country, but my school still didn't give me a scholarship. Over the years, even as my career moved forward, people still didn't treat women equally. When a man won a tournament, he'd get a big check. When a woman won the same tournament, she was paid much less. When a man won, the reporters would ask him questions about the match. When a woman won, they'd ask, "Are you planning to have children soon, Billie Jean? Are those new glasses, Billie Jean? Did you change your hair, Billie Jean?" People would tell me that's just how the world worked. Women were paid less than men. They were treated worse than men. I knew I had to change it. Soon I achieved one of my greatest victories of my career. Congratulations, Billie Jean. You won the big one, the singles title at Wimbledon. After winning Wimbledon a second time, I thought things would get better for women. They didn't. There were so many tennis greats who came before me. Each of them taught me something. It's like they were there with me on one team. I was the #1 player in the world, but I was being paid so little I couldn't even get a credit card. It was time for action. When tournaments didn't offer equal pay, we started protesting. They called us the Original 9. Thanks to our women's tour, tournament organizers quickly realized fans would pay just as much to see us play. Soon after, I was the first woman ever named Sports Illustrated Sportsperson of the Year. This is the last event we're putting on the timeline. This event is that Billie Jean was the first woman Sportsperson of the Year for Sports Illustrated, which is a sports magazine. So we're going to put that right here on the timeline. So as you can see on our timeline, you read it from left to right. So the first thing that happened on the left side is that she was born. And then we went all the way up until when she was in Sports Illustrated. So as you can see, I have a little arrow here, which means that the timeline keeps going because that wasn't the end of Billie Jean's life. She still had more life. So those are the few important things to remember about our timeline.